All right, good morning, little students. So, this is for our woodwind players. We're going to be doing some mouthpiece warm-ups each weekend. And each weekend I'll do a different instrument that I'll be playing on, but you can go along with your flute head joint, your clarinet mouthpiece, or your saxophone mouthpiece. What we're doing will be the same for you. Okay? So I'm going to start. I have my clarinet mouthpiece today. I got my ligature, my mouthpiece, and my reed. That's all I'm going to need for today. If you play saxophone, do this along with us. Clarinet along with us. Flute players, just get your head joint ready. Okay? So I'm going to start by just setting my reed in my mouth. Give it 15 to 20 seconds. Get it nice and wet. Keep going. Mine's already been in my mouth, so I'm going to go ahead and keep talking. But keep that reed in your mouth, getting nice and wet. So the reason we're doing this is because the mouthpiece is what makes all of the sound. Everything else that the instrument does is just change the notes. It makes the sound louder, more amplified. But this makes all the sounds. Like, if you don't sound good on this, you will not sound good on your instrument. All right, that's probably been long enough. Go ahead and take your reed out. We're going to set the flat end of the reed against the flat end of the mouthpiece. And let's make sure it's not this way, that way, up, down. It has to be exactly even. Exactly even. It doesn't stick above there. There's no gap over here. And I'm going to carefully slide my ligature on over it. When I tighten my ligature, I don't need to tighten it so much that it's the death grip. I just need to tighten enough so the reed doesn't move. So I'm tightening my ligature. If you have trouble taking your ligature off, it's probably because you're tightening it too much. There we go. I got it so that the ligature is just below the curve. Let's see here, the curve on, I can do this. It's all backwards for me, on the reed, okay? Now I'm gonna get my bottom lip in, my top tooth down, but I'm not gonna bite. I don't want to bite down, especially saxophone players, so don't want to bite down, okay? The clarinet, you'll know you're biting too much because it'll squeak, but the saxophone, it'll just sound not so good. And then the most important part is right here at the sides of my mouth, I'm gonna tighten in really firm, like I'm saying, ooh, but really lock them in. When I do this, my cheeks can't puff out when I play. It relaxes the sides of my lips to do it. So that'll fix that, okay? And we're gonna work on articulation today. So we're gonna work on starting our note with the tongue and holding our note for 4 beats for a whole note. I'm gonna turn our metronome on here. So I'm gonna play first, I just want you to hear it. And that's what it's gonna sound like. It's gonna be a big party streamer. Clarinets, we're hoping to get a C, so let's see if I get a C. Hold on, I think I was a little high. So I'm going to go one more time for a C. You can play along with me. Flutes and clarinets, or flutes and saxophones, if you guys have your a piano, you could try and make sure you're playing the right note. You guys are playing an A. Okay? 1, 2, ready. Okay? And I can check that on my piano and go from there. But we said we're going to work on our articulation exercise today. So we're going to work on making sure we're starting with our tongue, touching the reed, and bouncing off. So we're going to go ahead and play quarter notes now. Ready? 4 quarter notes, 4 rests, 4 quarter notes, 4 rests, and then 4 quarter notes, and we'll stop. Ready? Oh, try again. Ready? 1, 2, ready? 1, 2, ready? Let's do it one more time before we sign off. Again, 2, ready? See how it's nice and high pitched? Ready? 2, ready? Didn't get the sound or didn't get the same sound as me? Rewind and try again. All right, you guys. Have fun this weekend. Don't be too bored. I know you have time to complete this. You have nothing better to do. All right. See you guys on Monday.